Hey, what's up? Today I'm gonna go over how I find my daily buys using session liquidity and just seeing kind of where draws on different session is, like what session manipulated what, and where we will have the big move, and basically just see where New York is heading by looking at the other sessions. Mostly looking at London session. So you can start. What is session liquidity? It's basically kind of like what happens when, time and price basically. So if you see here, usually what happens during Asia session is we accumulate orders and we accumulate liquidity. During London session we usually manipulate or sweep liquidity, or we will then just have the initial expansion, but most of the time we see a manipulation or a sweep or of Asia low or high, or 1 hour high or low usually. And in the New York session we usually have always, that's when the real move happens, that's when you see the real expansion. We in New York we either have a continuation from London depending on what daily profile we are in, or we're gonna see a reversal basically. So daily profiles, we have three different main daily profiles of kind of what can happen. We can start off with the first one. The first one is London manipulates a low or high, it takes out usually Asia lows, Asia highs, or a 1 hour low, and then we go into a New York reversal. The second daily profile is London manipulated and starts reversing, and price starts to reverse after manipulation inside of London session, and then New York just continues in the direction that London started reversing in. The third daily profile is London consolidation, New York manipulation, and then New York reversal. It's basically like if London doesn't take out any highs or lows, we go into New York session without anything manipulated. Usually what we will then see is New York manipulating and then reversing. So we can start off going into the first daily profile right here. London manipulation and then New York reversal. So right here you can see I have marked out some sessions. We have Asia session here, and London here, and New York session here. We can start and look kind of at what happens here. We have marked out the Asia low and Asia high, and then we can take a look at what London session does. So we can see that London session goes ahead, takes out the Asia high right here, continue up, take out this key high, 1 hourly high, it manipulates, does a liquidity sweep, because we can see it starts to reverse here, and because we have a London manipulation, it manipulates over this high, and then we manipulate here into New York session, and then we can see New York reversing. So then here we will look for hopefully a bearish setup inside of New York session. We have this, the second daily profile, London manipulation, and then a reversal, and then New York continuation. So what we will see here is we have this Asia session, highs and lows. We can see, and this is like a key low that we have. We can see that London session goes ahead, manipulates these lows here, Asia low and this key low. London session goes ahead, manipulates this, sweeps liquidity. That's the same as manipulating, basically, sweeps liquidity, and we can see that it starts reversing. So basically price just starts reversing inside of London session, and when price starts to reverse like this in London session after manipulating a low or a high, we can then expect New York to be a continuation. And then we have this last daily profile, the number 3, that's London consolidation. So basically what consolidation means is just we didn't really take out any low or high. So as we can see here, we are inside of London session here. These are the Asia high and Asia low. We didn't like sweep any sort of liquidity. We took out this Asia high, but we didn't sweep it. We didn't sweep the liquidity, because you can see that we continue to stay over it. It's not a liquidity sweep. So we didn't sweep out anything in London session, and that means that moving into New York session we will be looking for a liquidity sweep, and we can see that right here. We have the New York manipulation right here. We go into New York session, we manipulate these lows, we take them out, sweep them, and we have a New York reversal basically. Yeah, sweep this, boom. So that's the 3 daily profiles, and yeah. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you a bit more on like how I mark out the Asia session, London session, how I mark out the charts to see what's going to happen. So we can take it right here. We can take the previous day right here. We can start up with marking 8:30. This is not like the New York Open, but that's when or that's the opening of what is called the New York kill zone. It's not the opening of the New York session, but it's the opening of New York kill zone, 8:30 New York time, because that's when the news usually come out. We have some early news right there. We're gonna mark this as New York session. That's when we mark it out. We have it marked here. It goes until 4. We have this marked out as New York session, and then we go and mark 2 o'clock. From that's when the London news come out. So we mark this as London session, and we will mark 8 p.m. Wait, 8 p.m. as Asia session. So this is how I mark up the charts when I first hop on for the day, and we can check what daily profile we got right here. We can start off with marking out the Asia low and highs. This is just how I mark it out, just like this. Boom. Then we have mark out the London highs. So this will be a London high right at the start of London session, and the London low will be this technically. So what we can see right here is, right, we have, and then we go ahead and we mark out some key highs and lows first. I usually like to also sometimes go into the 1 hour and mark out some 1 hour highs and lows. Yeah, this is basically it. We have, yeah, and then we have this, that's a 1 hour low. We have some highs up here, and that's going to be marked out. Yeah, just like this. And then we're gonna take a look at this, right? So if we, before, like just looking at Asia and London session, we can see that during Asia session we had these lows, we had these hourly lows. We go into London session and we manipulate under these lows, these hourly low, this key low, and we manipulate under the Asia low, and we start reversing. So this is actually a London manipulation, New York reversal, and we go all up and take out this high too. So that's just kind of how I mark it out every day when I hop on the charts. We can even like basically like now it's we aren't really close to New York session, but like for example today I will start by marking out this and this, so, and then this. I will see right here we have some Asia lows right here, right, and we have Asia highs, and then we have some London highs right here too. This is currently the London low. So just from looking at this right here, we can see that we have it looks like a London manipulation, right, and then a London reversal. We do have some, let's look, yeah, we have some like 1 hour hourly lows right here too. So just from looking at this already, I will expect that today we're gonna be pretty bearish. We can see that we're right now making a London manipulation, London reversal, and then most likely what we're gonna see today is a New York continuation, most likely. So basically we can just like go back whenever here, and just it's really easy to practice. Essentially you just go back, like you can go back far back in time just randomly here, and you can go like back here and you can start practicing, right, marking out. We have let's mark out, let's find this to 2 a.m. right, this is Asia, and you can mark out like right each session like this. This is London, right, to 8:30, right, and this is New York, right. We have, of course, we're gonna have some Asia lows down here. We have Asia highs right here. Yeah, we have London highs here. We have London lows right here. And again right here you can see that London didn't really manipulate anything, and this is a whoa, this is like kind of white, so this might be in the news, but as you can see we got some hourly highs up here, and this is again a good example of the third daily profile. We can see that a London session didn't really manipulate any highs or low, so we go into New York session with just London consolidating. We can see that New York session manipulates this high right here, probably makes an SMT, I guess, here, probably, if I will guess. But yeah, we manipulate these highs right here in New York, and we have a London consolidation, New York reversal, and then New York, yeah, or London consolidation, New York manipulation, and New York reversal. That's what this is an example of. And like, to be honest, like this is just how I use this every day to find my bias. If you combine this with some other confluence like order blocks, equilibrium, and fair value gap, you got a damn profitable strategy. I can promise you that. So that's basically it for the daily profile. I want you guys to go and like practice this, just like go around, mark your charts just like I did every day. Look at like what the previous session did, look at if London swept any liquidity, if New York did, where New York is heading, if London reversing, is New York continuing. Like, just look at the charts, just mark everything out like I have done here, and yeah, just do that, and you will become really good at this, being able to read what market is going to do based on previous sessions.